All right, President Lincoln, it's time to listen to your advisors. Get rid of General Fremont. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me as always is Prospector Johnny. And this week, Prospector's is full of kind of crap news.
Oh.
War's not over.
But Granny Lee was running.
Granny. No. So the week is going to begin with very bad news, with the surrender of Lexington, Missouri. This whole thing is a little odd with how the surrender happens and the end of the battle and how the Confederates achieve that victory. So on the morning of the 20th, General Sterling Price is going to lead his Missourian secessionists against the fortifications of Colonel Mulligan. Their final push, the Confederates used wet hemp bales as mobile fortifications and rolled them in front of their lines as they advanced on the Union positions. So they take the dirty, dirty devil lettuce, they soak it down with water, and they sit behind it and push it in front of them, absorbing all the effective incoming Union bullets. And they wouldn't get close enough.
Soaked hay bales?
Yes, yeah, soaked hemp bales, yeah.
Well, that's where the sin comes in, and then they just roll them and stand behind and
just shoot
keep. That's how they just keep getting forward.
Yeah,
and that worked.
It wholeheartedly worked. It stopped the incoming Union fire, and they were able to take the position. This does force Mulligan to surrender his force of around 3,600 men. So not great. Not great. During the
Missouri's
fight,
gone.
No.
Lexington.
This is Lexington, Missouri.
Point in Lexington is under Confederate control now.
And only sort of.
Oh.
Because, so let me get there. So while the fight is going on, Price is going to lose 25 killed, 72 wounded, with Mulligan losing 39 killed and 129 wounded with over 3,000 prisoners. Mm-hmm. But not really. Because you see, after being forced to surrender, they are forced to listen to former Governor Claiborne Jackson's speech about how they should lay down their arms and not fight because, the right to own slaves is the best thing, and that he's the real governor, and you should listen to him because he's the real governor. And he forces all these surrendered prisoners to listen to a speech, and then...
I'm sorry, is that not a war crime for torture?
Should be, but after this torture war crime of listening to a speech, he releases every single one of them, pardons them, and says, as long as you don't take up arms against us again, you're fine.
All right, this guy has some type of complex where he thinks he is God. Like, he thought he made a difference. He thought, you know what, I changed some minds. I made some really good points with my speech about how they're not really people and they should continue to be owned and treated as less than human. I think I made a dent here.
There was a prisoner exchange that was agreed upon by both parties after the surrender, where all of the Lexington prisoners were released in exchange
after being tortured.
After being tortured by their speech, in exchange for the prisoners at Camp Jackson, the ones where the Germans murdered a bunch of them a few months back. Yeah,
there's fewer than you might expect. Yeah, returning to you. Yeah, happily we'll give them back.
Those few are going to be released.
We're tired of feeding them.
Price, during this whole battle, is going to be able to secure some arms and munitions, which are much needed in the Confederacy, and he's also going to be able to secure $900,000 that was stolen from the Lexington Bank.
But that can't be worth anything to them because they're on the Confederate buck now, right? Yeah. So it's nothing. What value does the Union dollar have? It's not like it's backed by gold or anything.
Well, they can take that $900,000 and sell it across the seas, or I guess use it for foreign purchases. But in any case, this whole thing is going to wind up being pointless because Price can't feed the army that he's assembled. He can't feed the people that are flooding to his side from Lexington, like the civilians around Lexington said, hey, yeah, we like this idea of slavery, so we'll stay with you. Can't feed them, so he disbands the army and pulls back down to the southwest portion of the state, so leaving Lexington back in the hands of the Union?
They've got no supplies. That's why they let the prisoners go. They're like, we can't do anything with them. We don't
feed them.
I can't feed my army.
How
have they not just quit? Just you're not doing anything. You're not winning. Just give up.
You won a battle. You took a city, and then you had to immediately give it back because you couldn't hold it. This isn't likely to result in a long-term win.
Yeah, the Union can literally just keep doing this. We're fine.
A renewed call for Fremont to be brought up on charges of dereliction of duty as a sizable federal force at Jefferson City under General Pope was ready to reinforce Mulligan at the moment's notice. Like Pope is like, hey, we're ready. Can we go now? Waiting for that order.
He never
Fremont.
called for him.
Waiting for that order, Fremont. Where are you at?
Nothing.
I know you're.
And so
your wife is talking to Lincoln.
This is why he's getting the axe.
Well, should be.
Or is being requested to be getting.
Hasn't yet, but they're requesting it. Many people are now requesting it. On the 1st of September, the hero of Fort Sumter, Brigadier General Anderson, is going to be moved to organize the Union forces in Kentucky, and he's going to set up his headquarters in Louisville. So he went from just being some random low-level officer out in Fort Sumter to commanding forces in Ohio to now commanding forces in Kentucky, which is appearing to be an active front. There's going to be an active front.
Kentucky is kind of a...
Rise to fame here for Anderson.
Yeah, all right. Is he good? Does he do? Is he?
We'll find out. I don't know. He's not. He's lost. He lost Fort Sumter
because he's not done shit.
Yeah, he's not done shit yet.
He lost Fort Sumter. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, well, good luck, Anderson.
Yeah, good luck, Anderson. On the 22nd, Lincoln is going to write that Fremont's Emancipation Proclamation was, quote, purely political and not within the range of military law or necessity. Which is also hilarious coming from a guy who's made several laws or actions that were also purely political and not of his legal authority. But whatever.
What are you gonna do?
Speaking of all that purely political and not legal authority, neither was any of his arrests for anything that he's done so far in Maryland for the people who were just Confederate sympathizers or shutting down the whole First Amendment thing with destroying papers that were Confederate sympathizing papers. And speaking of those Confederate sympathizers, Johnny, they're going to all be moved, the ones that have been arrested so far, are going to be moved to Fort Lafayette in New York under guard of federal authorities. So not only are they arrested by military personnel,
we got camps for them.
They're being held in a fort, not a prison. A fort.
No, a military fort.
Installation.
That's normal.
Thanks, Lincoln. On the 23rd, federal troops are moving to position at Romney in Western Virginia, a.k.a. Kanawha, or the future state of Kanawha. While Fremont will shut down the evening news and arrest the editor criticizing the siege of Lexington. So we've got Fremont, who's not going to send reinforcements to Lexington, but what he is going to do is he's going to arrest the editor of the paper there because the editor said, yeah, this was a shit show, which it was.
That's a bit of a little power. I feel like what's that where he's feeling insignificant or trying to
Napoleon complex. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Oh, is that something like that? That's this guy. This guy's he's on a little bit of a power trip.
He's on a little bit of a power trip. On the 25th, there is skirmishing between General Lee and General Rosecrans forces in the Kanawha Valley. So Granny Lee's ran away, but they're starting to take some pop shots at each other. But really, all this is both armies trying to determine the other army's weaker points. So they're not really engaging. This isn't an actual battle. They're
not actually trying to hit anything. They're seeing. They're looking for movement. They're looking for reaction or like.
Yeah, it's a dance. It's a dance. Like that. They're just feeling each other out a little bit.
So no one knows what the hell's going on.
Nobody knows what's going on.
It's basic. Like that seems like a really nice way of saying that generals are doing things when really no one knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now. Union forces are going to occupy Smithland, Kentucky. Again, evidence of more movement in Kentucky, which only means that at some point the shit's going to hit the fan in Kentucky.
Right, and now Kentucky, they have they welcomed the North in. Have they declared, are they still neutral at this point? Or
yes
sort
and
of,
no.
like sort of, right?
So in name, on paper, they're neutral, but their government 2 weeks back did say that all Confederate troops have to get out of Kentucky and didn't mention anything about the Union troops. So
because it's just their troops, because they're siding with
they're siding with North. Yeah, it seems like they're siding with North
at this point. Welcome Kentucky to the war. And actually, if you just go ahead and declare that you're with the Union, then the war will move out of your state. So you might want to do that. We'll just go down to Tennessee and start doing work there.
Doing some stuff down there. And Johnny, the week is going to end on the 26th with Lincoln's Day of Humiliation, Prayer, and Fasting. Remember this from a couple weeks ago? He said we're going to have a day of humiliation, prayer, and fasting.
Yeah, didn't understand that. Still don't.
Yeah, still don't. It happens on the 26th. We're all supposed to sit down and have just a remembrance for how awful this shit's going to begin with. And instead of being a day of humiliation, fasting, and prayer, there's skirmishing going on all along the Kanawha Valley, and Missouri. So, thanks, Lincoln. That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you enjoy this, check out Historic Hindsight, where we talk about all kinds of random things like the KKK wars and hippo meat.